Good morning, friends. Happy Tuesday. Let me know if you guys can hear me okay, because the air conditioner is going in the background, and I hope that doesn't, mess with the sound too much. So welcome, everybody. It is Tuesday. Of course, this is for entertainment purposes only. So now that I've said that, I can get rid of that banner as soon as I can figure out where that button is. Good morning, Liz. Good morning, Kristen. Thank you. I'm doing much better now. Thank you so much. My eye, this one over here, is the one that was, I guess I got poked. I don't know. I was watching TV in the back, my office, it's my diva den, and the puppy jumped up and got me right in the eye with her paw, and it was pretty red and pretty sore, pretty swollen. But I'm good now, so I can see clearly. So that's the important bit. I thank everybody for all of their kind wishes. Everybody was so kind, and I really appreciate it. Hope you guys are all doing well. It's hot here today. Expected to be 31 degrees Celsius, which is like 90 some odd. So warm. So there you go. Let's say hi to everybody. Good morning, Terry. It's nice to see you, my friend. Good morning, Pooja. Good morning, Liz. Good morning, Hypnocity. Good morning, Bims. Good morning, Sylvia. Good morning, Kristen. It's good to see you guys. Thank you so much for letting me know that you can hear me. I appreciate it. Let's see what we're doing here. Let's see. Liz asked for a German read. So, thank you so much, Terry, for that. Yeah, last night was a blast having Allie and Nancy Jean and Linda G on. I had such a great time. I always do when I'm with those ladies, and it was just wonderful. And I want to say thank you so much to all the new subscribers to the channel. I finally hit the 1,000 mark and went past it a little bit, and I'm so grateful. So make sure that you have your bell notification on. I will be having a 1,000 subscriber celebration kind of thing. I'm just trying to figure out when I'm going to do that. So stay tuned for that. But thank you so much for all of your love, your support, your kindness, your encouragement. I could not do this without you guys, and I thank you from the bottom of my heart. You have no idea. I couldn't sleep last night, but I was like literally sort of like bouncing off the walls. Anyway, enough about me. So, as always, I have lots of decks of cards out here, and I thought maybe I could get you guys to pick a card and sort of give us a jump off point, if we will. Oh, thank you so much. I'm so glad that you're here. Thank you. Thanks, Terry. So pick a number, you guys, between 1 and 6, and stick it in the chat, and we'll pull a couple cards just to sort of get us going for the day. I do want to make sure that I mention that tomorrow night, which is summer solstice, is tomorrow, June 21st, 8 p.m. Eastern. I'm going to have a summer solstice celebration. So we'll be out in the backyard at the fire pit. Cartomancy Mesquite is my guest, and we have some fun stuff planned. So, okay, so we have 4, 1, 3, 6, and 5. You guys, and 2, and you guys have covered all the cards. I love it. All right, so let's go with deck number 4 first. I have Rosie sleeping on the couch beside me over here. I love this. The first card we have is Joyous Fun. Now, if you look at this picture, right, it's a bunch of kiddos. They're at like a county fair or something like that, and that's what summer solstice is. It's about that fun factor. It's about, connecting to nature. It's about connecting with your soul tribe, your family, your friends, getting out and being in the fresh air and in the sun and just doing all sorts of wonderful things. All right, we're going to go to. Good morning, Jaded. 22 is the most birthdays in my family. Wow. That's awesome. Okay, so we did Woods Fanatic. That was number 4. Now we'll go to Terry for number 1. By the way, that was the Quantum Oracle cards, if anyone is interested. This next deck is the Spirit Messages of Nature Oracle, I believe, is the title of it. Beautiful. We have Wilderness and Untamed. What a glorious picture that is. And so going along with that theme of the joyous fun, right? Not holding yourself back, untamed. Sort of maybe stepping outside of your comfort zone. Being a little bit more spontaneous. I was going to say spontaneous. That's not right, Kelly. We were just picking a few cards to get us started for the day, Jaded. But we've got all of our numbers now. And when we're finished this, we'll, if you want a reading, pop it in the chat and we will pull some cards for you. All right, Hampton City picked card number 3, or deck number 3. This is the Sacred Destiny Oracle, and so we'll pull a card from here. This is a new top that I bought that looks like a pajama top. I promise it's not. I put it on today and I was like, does this look like pajamas? Oh, and friends, I've changed all of the decor in the living room to yellow. For those of you that were with me the last time, I mentioned that I changed the decor every season just to keep it interesting. And so I've changed it to yellow. So I've got my golden polka dot pillow here and my beautiful yellow lantern. And in the cabinet behind me, you can see there's a yellow and white vase and a yellow sort of candle up there. I love yellow. The next card that we have out is Truth. Right? Now, oftentimes we'll say standing in our truth. What does standing in our truth actually mean? Some of us don't know what that is. And I think that it's important to remember to be flexible so that you can allow yourself to discover that as you go along your path. Because yesterday's truth may not be today's truth or tomorrow's truth. That may be totally different than today. And so I think being flexible is important in that regard. Sylvia wants deck number 6, and that is the Fortune Teller Oracle. Wow. And we have luck with this beautiful 4-leaf clover. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. This card says you are right to be strong and optimistic about the opportunities ahead. So, being flexible, right? Being spontaneous, allowing yourself to sort of navigate and discover as you go. That was number 6. Now we have number 5. Being sure not to live in the outcome, right? It's wonderful to have a plan. Nobody loves a plan better than me. But sometimes when we get so laser focused on the outcome, we can actually sort of detract from the journey itself. And sometimes the most beauty, the most sort of significant things happen in the individual steps of the journey. Wow. Speaking of beauty, we have the butterfly and beauty. This feels very like, like spring is here, summer is here, pep in your step, new outfit, kind of like I got my hair done, like, woo, look at me. I can't wait to just get out there and live my best life. That's what this feels like so far, and I am loving it. All right, now Kristen and Liz wanted a number 2. All right. We have covered all the cards. I'm way up. I'm nowhere near where my comments all are. So if anybody is just arrived and I have not said hello yet, I'm trying to keep the numbers. Wow, you guys, this is beautiful. Look at this card. We have reclamation and home. So Terry had said earlier in the chat about balance. This is about, to me, this card represents the safety within us, the oneness, the wholeness, the alignment, right? When we feel centered, we feel at peace. We feel joy. We feel at a sort of higher vibration, if you will. And I feel like that's when I feel at home. That's when I feel that lovely feeling of contentment, if that makes sense. All right, let's go up here. Whoops. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yellow is a happy color. Thank you. More will be revealed. This is actually beautiful. Good morning, Linda. Wow. Well, happy birthday in advance, Hypnocity. Absolutely. I've got you started and I can do that for you. Sylvia would like a general reading. All right. So those are the cards that we're going to start off with, right? And I think that's a really sort of lovely message for the day. And I feel like that ties in really well with what tomorrow is all about. Tomorrow is a chance to, sort of do something just for you. And I don't know about you guys, but like, for example, I sit at home and, I could go out in my backyard. I'm very fortunate and I have a beautiful backyard. And sometimes I feel guilty if I go and sit out there and, like I didn't do the dishes or, the house isn't like, sparkling clean. So oftentimes I will sort of stop myself from taking those moments to enjoy myself because, I have responsibilities. And I know that I'm not alone in that. Everybody feels the same way at one point or another. And I think these cards are telling us that as we move forward throughout the summer, that, it's important to take these moments for ourselves to lift ourselves up, right? To embrace fun, to embrace spontaneity, to embrace, sort of going to the beat of your own drum, letting your hair down kind of vibe. Because when we do that, we're not neglecting other things. We're actually focusing on ourselves. And if we're top notch, if we're okay, everything around us, every person that we meet, every person that we talk to, every person that we engage with will be the recipient of that energy. And I just think that that's awesome. Yay. Good morning, Rhonda. Okay, so Jaded would like a reading. Absolutely. Woods Fanatic says, I can relate to what you said last night about social anxiety. I'm sorry that you can relate to that, Woods Fanatic. It is so common to understand that so many people suffer with mental health issues, many of them in silence. And here at Dozen Cats, we're all about taking the blame and shame out of it. So anything that I can do to assist, to help, to talk about it, or to not talk about it, I'm happy to do so, because I don't want anyone to have the same experience that I did. And that was, quite simply put, I didn't understand what was happening to me when I was not diagnosed yet, but having 6 to 8 panic attacks a day, and all of my friends and family kind of looking at me like, what? If I didn't understand it, there was no hope in me trying to explain it to anyone. And the more that I did try to explain, the more negative I got, the more nervous I got, and the more sort of withdrawn I ended up being, because I felt like everyone was kind of looking at me funny, and judging. And so that's not a good place for anyone to be. Absolutely, Linda. I got you. Okay. And Pujo. Okay, I've got you there, love. Okay. Good morning, Sherry. How are you, my friend? Happy Tuesday. Wow. Okay, Woods. Well, I'm glad that you didn't feel like that. All right, let's go ahead and get started with, we're going to do Hypnocity first for her birthday. Looking at the big 63 on the weekend. Well, I hope you have an awesome celebration planned. Absolutely, Burning Girl, I got you. Okay, Rhonda says, I can relate. I have panic attacks. I have my grandbaby, but I still have trouble going out that door. Here's the thing, friends. If I can... this is really important. What I like, to me, it's important that I say this. A couple of things come to mind. Number one, we have to remember that it took us years to get to the spot that we're at. So cure, miracle moment is not going to happen. Things aren't going to snap and be fixed. So we have to be patient. We have to be kind to ourselves. We have to understand that it's going to be hard work, that it's going to take consistency on our part, effort on our part. And when things all sort of line up, that is when change can occur. The second thing that we should always keep in mind is that we are in control of the change. And this is the most important thing to me secondary to taking the blame and the shame out of having a mental health disorder. Many people will say to you, oh, you just need to relax and you can change it. You just have to choose to be happy. Ultimately, yes, you do need to choose to be happy. 100%. However, many of us who have mental health disorders don't realize that we have the actual power or control or stamina to be in a position to bring about that change. We operate from a place of fear more often than not, and the fear is what stops us from believing that we have any control or power over. But if you want change and you are willing to put in the work towards change, one day it will happen to you. That beautiful, awesome, fantastic moment where you wake up and throughout the day you suddenly sit there and realize, oh, you know what? I actually feel okay today. I don't feel distracted. I don't feel like I can't focus, like I can't concentrate. My heart's not beating out of my chest. My throat's not closing up, etc., whatever. That is a step forward. That is a step towards positive change. But we don't often even acknowledge that even happened. And that brings me to the third thing. You got to celebrate the absolute shit, and pardon my French, but you got to absolutely celebrate the shit out of every single mini milestone. Any step forward is a step forward, and you need to celebrate it because you are literally in those moments boosting yourself up. You're lifting your vibration when you do that. So those three things are things that are super important to me for everyone to know as they navigate whatever it is that you're navigating. Bad day at the office, the kiddos driving you nuts, whatever it is. And until you realize that you have the power to change, I hope that you continue to come back to Dozen Cats, where we can talk about it and we can throw cards on it and we can support each other and encourage each other and love each other and hold each other's hands. And hopefully you gain some info to put into your spiritual toolbox so that when you do have that wonderful moment, that you're ready for it. Absolutely, Rhonda. I got you, love. All right. Yeah. It's very degrading when people say that. And I think that people mean well. And an example that I would like to throw out there that I'm sure many of us have actually encountered is this. Like when my mom was sick. When my mom passed, people would say to me, well, was she sick? Like somehow that makes it okay. Do you know what I mean? And so I think that we have these examples of those kinds of things. People are very uncomfortable about talking about things that they don't know and talking about things that they don't understand. Hi, honey. That's my husband, Kelmar. Isn't he sweet, checking in on me from work? People have difficulty, getting personal and connecting. And so Try to keep that in mind the next time that somebody says something like that to you. Try to be empathetic to the position that they are in. They're trying to be supportive, but just don't know how. So this is an opportunity for you to educate them by speaking your truth and saying how you feel. And also understanding that other people's thoughts about and judgments about and opinions about have nothing to do with you. It's to do with them. It's got nothing to do with you. You absolutely have the power to not take that on, right? Try to remember that. All right, here we go. Let's give Hypnicity her reading for her upcoming birthday. I'm going to use the Herb Crafter Tarot for you, my friend. I love this deck. It has the prettiest images on it, I think. It seems very appropriate for summer. Now, I will tell you that I've never done this before, but I had to make some marks on my cards because it's a Spanish deck, and I could never remember what the court cards were. And so I had to make some adjustments. It's so challenging shuffling. Here. I'm so sorry to hear that, Rhonda. Give me one sec, love, and let me do this reading for Hypnicity, and then we can talk about that for a moment. But I send you my love and my blessings, and I so appreciate how brave you are to share that. Know that you're not alone. I should mention to everyone that here at Dozen Cats, we have a thing that we do. When I say I think that we need a code word, so our code word is hugs in capital letters. And so if I say, while I'm sitting here and we're live, if I say, I think that, Rhonda needs a code word, I love it when everyone then types the word hugs into the chat, and the whole chat just scrolls up with the word hugs. It's our way of being able to embrace each other in this virtual world, and sometimes that's all we need, is just to know that we are not alone, right? All right, for Miss Hypnicity, we start out with, and I love this for you, we start out with the Six of Fire, the Six of Wands. Now look at these images, you guys. They're just beautiful. And, the Six of Wands is about victory. It's about self-esteem. It's about being recognized. It's about victory, right? So whatever you're doing, whatever you've been doing, there is a sense of achievement that you have felt or will be feeling in the not too distant future. We have the Five of Air, or the Five of Swords. That inner critic, that negative voice still tapping on the side of your head every once in a while, is a very real issue, according to the cards. And that self-critic, we all need it. We all need it. because it helps us, but not when it comes to being so critical that it's almost sabotaging ourselves. So I want you to be mindful of that. Okay. The last card that we have here is the Adelita. I'm sure I'm not pronouncing that correctly, of fire, which is the Knight of Wands, or the Knight of Fire. This is exactly what I was talking about in the beginning. This is about going to the beat of your own drum, being spontaneous, being adventurous, right? Let your hair down. Just living for you in the moment that you feel like you want to do X or you feel like you want to do Y, right? So stepping outside of your comfort zone just a little bit and really living life to the fullest, right? On the bottom of the deck, you've got the Three of Earth, which is the Three of Pentacles, and that's all about working in collaboration with others. I'm not sure if this is family, or maybe you're volunteering somewhere, you're working on some sort of a project, but this is working with other people. So that may be coming up. Maybe it's the part, maybe you're having a birthday party, and this is the people attending the party. I feel like your birthday is going to sort of set you on a course moving forward for the next little while that's going to have you doing things that you didn't think that you were going to do either again or ever. And I want you just to take every day and every moment and enjoy it to, the best of your ability. And again, happy birthday. That's what I got for you. All right. We're going to get off of that one. And now, Rhonda, I just want you to know that there's not a whole lot that I can say to you that's going to take it away for you. I understand. My sister went through a health crisis not too long ago, and we're still not sure what's going on with her. And it's pretty scary. But my sister needs me. My sister needs me to be okay so that she can be okay. Because, those energies, they feed off of each other, right? And the last thing I want to do is add any more stress to her already stressful life and the stresses of what she's dealing with. And I believe with everything in me that my sister is going to be okay. Because I have to. And what I mean by that is like that is a choice that I have made, because if I go somewhere else, I will fall apart. Now, with your sister and the cancer spreading, I can relate to that on this level. When my mother was dying, we never acknowledged that she was dying. It was the proverbial elephant in the room. Everybody knew, but it was never spoken out loud until 4 days before. When my mom first passed, I thought that was a mistake on my part. That, every time we left the hospital, every time we left the house, every time we hung up the phone, we would say, believe, fight, 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 Mom. And she would do the fist bump, and she would say it right along with us. And I felt like I almost started to believe it myself. And in my negativity, because this is when the anxiety was happening to me, I didn't realize that I was beating myself up for being positive. I was beating myself up for my coping mechanisms. I was doing what I needed to do in those moments to cope. I was doing what my mom wanted us to do to cope. And I can't regret that. I can't. Because the goal throughout that whole thing was not to give her one moment's cause of upset beyond the situation. It was our job, my job, to do everything in my power to lift her up, to make her happy, to put a smile on her face, to not give her any other stress. And I can't believe that I walked away from that experience knowing that I did exactly what she wanted me to do, exactly what she needed me to do, and that somehow I blamed myself that it was wrong. Because we're human beings and we're compassionate. Most of us here are empathetic and light workers, and we want to help anyone in need. And I dare say, I don't know your sister, but I know you. And I dare say that your sister would want you to love your grandbaby and get as much joy from your grandbaby as you can so that you can pass that along to your sister and to give that joy back to your grandbaby. Your grandbaby is your future. Your sister loves you. You love your sister. You want her to be well. She knows that. It would break your sister's heart, I dare say, to have her know that you were stressed. She knows that you're stressed, but she also needs you to be strong. And I know how difficult that can be. But you have that wonderful miracle, that grandbaby right there that can help you stay in that powerful spot, right? In that joyful, loving spot, that high vibrational level. Now that is a miracle. That grandbaby is there right now looking at you saying, Grandma, Nanny, whatever they call you, look at me. Focus on me. I'm the light. Focus on me. It's kind of like if you ever watched one of those memes where the little baby is like giggling, right? And it just makes you happy. Just cuz. So, be kind to yourself. Don't beat yourself up. It's totally natural and totally normal that you are concerned, that you are upset, that you are worried, that you are scared. All of those things are completely normal. And you're going to feel them. But do your very best to process, acknowledge how you feel, and move forward. Like, hour to hour if you need it, minute to minute if you need it. I don't mean move forward and pretend like it's not happening. I just mean acknowledge it. This is the situation. I love my sister. I'm not going to let her down. I'm not going to let myself down. I'm not going to let my grandbaby down. And I am going to, take my grandbaby for a walk at 1:00. And maybe after the walk, you need to, sort of have a tender talk with yourself. That's totally okay. This is a very difficult situation that you're in, and it's hard on all people involved. So be kind to yourself. But remember, you got it. You got this. I totally believe in you. And you know where I am if you need me. All right. Sherry says, I get what you were saying, Kelly. I went through the same kind of feelings and insecurities with my mom. Yeah. I mean, that's the thing, like, and I'm not being smart when I say that. We can think of a million scenarios where we've felt that, or we know people that have felt that. And sometimes we just need someone to remind us. That's all. Because when you're in a situation like that, you feel like you're all alone. And that's not the reality. You're not alone. All right. Hi, Sharon Sipe, by the way. Thank you so much for being here. Opyop, thank you so much for being here. Welcome, my friend. Yeah, I can pull a card for you. Absolutely. And Paisley is here. Good morning, Paisley. Nice to see you, my friend. Oh, and how in the heck? I'm going to mispronounce your name. Is it Acorster? Acorster? Acorster. I apologize if I'm mispronouncing it, but thank you for being here. And absolutely, I got you started. So let's get on with it. We'll put Miss Liz in the hot seat. We'll give her her cards. She just wants a couple of cards, and I'm going to go over here. So don't forget, friends, tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Eastern, for solstice celebration. We'll be in the backyard at the fire pit. So I hope that you guys can join us for that. It's going to be fun. At least I hope so. Thank you again to everyone, all of your support. I cannot say thank you enough. I'm like, honestly, I'm kind of like dumbfounded in terms of like, I don't really, it's not that I don't believe it. I sort of feel like I'm still in the pinch me moment, if you know what I mean. So, we will have a 1,000 subscriber celebration. I'm just trying to figure out when that's going to happen. So be patient with me while I navigate that. And what else do I want to tell you guys? I do a daily reading every day, so you guys can check that out if you haven't already. And also, oh yes, this is the other thing I gotta go. Okay, thank you, Sherry. Oh, okay. Thank you so much. I love that. A person who sings in the chorus as in the celestial choir. Beautiful. All right, Sherry, have a good day, my friend. Thanks for popping in. Well, that's what replay is all about, my friend. If you're interested, of course, you can do that. Good morning, Lady Silver. The next thing I wanted to mention is that on July 30th, so next Friday, a bunch of Canadian readers are gathering together to celebrate Canada Day. So we will be out at the fire pit again. Myself, Ron Unconditional Love, Pierrette White, Tracy Ralph, Sharon Strawberry Rhubarb, and possibly Kevin the Healing Medium. So make sure that your bell notification is checked off. Okay. One more card for Liz. Hi, Vivian. How are you, love? Beautiful cards for Liz. Okay, Liz. We have past life medicine. This is remembering. So the summer solstice, it's a great time to release. So remembering doesn't have to be negative and it doesn't have to be painful. But if there's something that you feel that is no longer serving you, if there is something that you feel that you've been holding on to for a long time, it's a great idea, great opportunity tomorrow with the summer solstice for you to be able to release that. Simply put, write it down on a piece of paper, burn it in a fire protected sort of bowl or in a backyard fire pit if you have access to one. You can take yourself outside and just say it out loud that I release, right? I'm letting go of whatever the situation is. This no longer serves me. I'm releasing the negativity and inviting joy in, right? I want you to seriously consider that. You have new beginnings. And you have happy success. Now, this is what I want you to pay attention to. This card is getting rid of it. This card is inviting it in. Do you see the difference? They're the exact same thing. One is no different than the other. This is how that energy flows, right? I'm releasing the negativity, the past pain, the hurt, the trauma, the burden, the weight, the thing that messed me up, whatever it is. And I invite joy in its place. Summer solstice tomorrow. That's your day. Let tomorrow be the day that you invite that joy in and get rid of whatever you may be holding on to. I totally love that for you, Liz. All right, my friend. I love it. No, honey, I haven't got to you yet. You are coming up shortly. But thank you for checking in. All right, Miss Sylvia Hanks is up next. Absolutely, Paisley. Absolutely. All right, Sylvia wants a general reading. And I just go wherever the cards take me, you guys. Sometimes I want to do Oracle, sometimes I want to do Tarot. I never know until I get to a certain point. Because I'm going by the seat of my pants over here. No, I'm kidding. I'm trying to do what I said, the carefree thing, right? No, I'm not. Sometimes I just feel a certain deck is meant for a certain situation. Oh, thank you, Sharon Sight. I had asked Prince Charming's mom yesterday during the live to send me an email so that I could put it up on my community tab. So I appreciate you putting that up there. All right, Miss Sylvia. What does Miss Sylvia need to know? Beautiful cards. Love it. Wait till you see the color on this card, Sylvia. Wait till you see the color. It's gorgeous. I'm all about the color. I've always thought it was interesting that I color coordinate my cards. Just what I do. Meaning like the backs of the cards. But it's come to my attention that when I pull my cards, more often than not, the colors sort of go together or are very similar. And so I think that that's super interesting. All right, I'm just going to cut the deck for the tarot. You seriously can't make it up. You really, really, really can't make it up. All right, Sylvia, this is what I got for you, love. We start out with wind and movement. Look at that image. That is absolutely spectacular. Movement. Now, that can mean change. That can mean, standing in your power. That can be forward motion. That can be, if you've been feeling like stuck or at a crossroads, that clarity is coming, focus is happening. It can mean so many things. Next, we have trust. It is so hard for us to trust the process because we often feel like nothing is happening. It's not happening fast enough, right? So I don't feel any different, so nothing's happening. That's really not very fair. It's not fair on ourselves, and it's not fair to the situation. Remember, it took you years probably to get to this point. So you have to be fair in your assessment of how long you think it might take. And I would encourage you to not even think about that. Is I want you to focus on what you're doing to not have that be the situation, not worried about the timeline, right? Because the timeline is something that you've put in there, right? You have decided it's going to take me 2 weeks, it's going to take me 10 years, it's going to take me 6 months, or, whatever. We have decided that for ourselves, some imaginary timeline. And as soon as you do that, you're setting yourself up. Try not to do that. The last card I got, I just split the deck, is the King of Wands. King of Wands is about creativity, creative sort of in terms of, like, think of like a marketing person or a person who is like a publicist, right? Someone who is very charismatic and very almost like schmoozy in a really, really good way. It is all about power and leadership and knowing exactly what needs to be done and how to take care of it. Now look at the colors in these cards. Look at them all. Look. They all have the same coloring. So change is happening. Trust in the process. And remember that you have the power to control the situation. So I hope that resonates, Sylvia. I hope that that makes sense to you. Good morning, Cheyenne. Okay. I've got you started with, I will throw some cards on that. Okay, I think we've got enough questions for now. Let us now move on to Jaded. Jaded says, I like a general for the rest of June, please, and thank you. They are great cards. And I totally love that yellow movement card. It's like one of my favorite cards. It's so pretty. All right. For Jaded, what does Jaded need to know for the rest of June? What does Jaded need to know for the rest of June? Okay. Okay, Jaded. We start out with the Seven of Fire, or the Seven of Wands. And good morning, Teresa. I'm not sure if you have just sort of, I feel like you've maybe gone through like a period of time where you're trying to like sort stuff out, trying to figure it all out. I feel like you've got a situation or something that you have sort of shoved down somewhere, and your awareness is sort of tapping there and saying, hey, it's time to deal with this. And you're not really sure if you want to go there or not. That's just a feeling that I'm getting based on what I'm seeing here. So we have the Seven of Wands. The Seven of Wands is feeling challenged. It is an opportunity for you to want to try to realign yourself, to center yourself, because maybe you feel like you're being pulled in too many different directions. It doesn't have to be like, you're dealing with something from 25 years ago. It could just mean that you're being stretched a little too thin, that you're not listening to your body when it says, I need more sleep, or, eat a salad, don't eat a piece of chocolate cake kind of idea, right? So next to the Seven of Fire, we have the Two of Fire, or the Two of Wands. This is making plans. It's not research, but it is gathering of information in terms of, I want to take a trip. So you start looking at all the different airlines and the tickets, if you understand what I mean. But you're not fully invested. It's more, imagine if this. Does that make sense? It's that kind of energy. It could actually be about travel as well. So I don't know if you're planning a trip. Now, we've got the Ten of Water on the bottom of, or at the end here, as the outcome. This is the Happy Family card. The Ten of Cups. It is all about joy. It's about blessings. It's about family. It's about love. And all that having that happy unit means to us, that feeling of embrace. Now, on the bottom of the deck, you've got the Moon card. So, the Moon card is why you're feeling challenged. The Moon card is doing one of three things. The Moon card is either showing you something that you know is there, and is just confirming it for you. It is showing you something that you think is there is not there. Or it's showing you just enough light so you can see the next step. Only you know what resonates. Now, I pulled 2 oracle cards, and it's interesting because the first card I got is forgiveness. I feel like that you need to forgive yourself for something, not necessarily a person. And then I've got stillness. So the stillness, the quiet, I think that on the surface that this is who I am, but underneath the water, your feet are going a mile a minute, trying to navigate, trying to keep everything, moving smoothly, which is why you may be feeling slightly challenged or out of alignment. However, you are trying to make plans. You are trying to make things happen. This is either you're going to see your family or people that you feel, connected to at the heart center, or this is your goal. This is why you do what you do, is because this is the most important thing to you, being around the people that you love. Be careful when it comes to this Moon card that you are not feeding yourself things that aren't actually there, right? I feel like you're a very analytical person, and so like you do a lot of thinking, you probably have a lot of lists, that kind of thing. Just be careful of that critical thinker, right? And don't let that critical thinker have too much power. Hi, Liz. Cosmel, by the way. Okay. Yes, family is important. Yes, I keep the emotions inside. On the outside, I don't show it. Yeah. Okay. So I hope that makes sense to you. maybe you need to contact the family and just have some fun. You know what I mean? Something like that. Pujo is up next. Oops, sorry, wrong person. Let me get that off of there. I apologize. All right, Pooja. Pooja says, you're very, very welcome. Thank you for asking the question, Jaded. Appreciate you. Pooja says, oh, you are trying to plan a family trip. Okay. Awesome. The course that I am pursuing is going through changes. So will that be a good change for me? Earlier, it didn't feel much inspiring. Curriculum change? Okay. Bye, Paisley. Have a great day, my friend. Thank you for being here. Appreciate you. Many blessings. Happy summer solstice. If we don't see you tomorrow. Thank you, Sharon. Appreciate all that you do for my channel. Thank you so much, my friend. You are awesome. Whoops. I dropped the card on the floor. All right. The Justice card. So the Justice card is, it's truth, it's karma, but it's also things balancing, right? It's bringing things back into equilibrium. So I think that the curriculum change is a good thing, or will ultimately be a good thing, not a bad thing. Okay, right now you're feeling, I've got the Five of Pentacles coming out, and so I feel like you're feeling worried, a lack, which is why you're asking the question. Literally, the Five of Pentacles is feeling left out. You're looking for support, because it's change, right? Remember, fives are change. You've got the Three of Pentacles, working with others, collaborations, making plans. So talk to the people that are involved. So your schoolmates, your besties. If you're in a study group with people, count on each other in that, within that group, to help you navigate, because you're not the only one that'll be feeling it. Do you know what I mean? On the bottom of the deck, we have the Devil card. Don't freak out. The Devil card is about not being chained to toxic, so repetitive sort of patterns or situations or people. And so what that means to me is that you don't know what the change is yet, or how it's going to affect you. Worrying about it isn't going to help you navigate it any better. Worrying about it and stressing about it is only going to stop you from being able to focus and being able to follow and navigate said change. But if you get inside your head and tell yourself that you can't do it, oh my God, it's the worst thing, I can't believe it, oh, this is going to be awful, you're setting yourself up. Don't do that. So allow yourself to break those chains and just be like, you know what? I'm in this course. I want to be in this course, and I'm going to give it my best shot. That's all you can do. That's literally all you can do, is to give it your best shot. But remember that you have these other people, your fellow students, your peers, teachers, assistants, guidance counselors, whatever, that you can go to ask for help and assistance and for advice. Because every single person that's in your course or in your class is going to be going through the exact same thing, right? You wouldn't be the only person that would be feeling the change or the effects of the change. Courage. So this is going to require you to step outside your comfort zone, right? And tap into your courage. Remind yourself of who you are, how you got there, meaning in the position that you're in. And, every day I can do it. I'm going to make this happen. Today is my day, so on and so forth. Sorry, I have to take a drink. Hi, Rose. Hi, Teresa. Your birthday is at the end of the month, too? There's a lot of birthdays. Worrying where it's heading to. Yeah. Remember that, we talk an awful lot about anxiety here. And just quickly, anxiety is based on fear. It comes from a place of fear. Procrastination breeds anxiety. So putting off something, right? Moving something away because we can't deal with it, because we don't know how to navigate it, and we get all, you have people that are in the exact same position that you are in terms of like your classmates or your study group. Work together with them to allow each of you to be as successful as possible while you navigate this, right? Because it's not often that you have a group of people that are in the exact same situation. You're all on the same level. You're all on the same boat. That's like having a job and you've been doing that job for 20 years and tomorrow they give you a notice and say, guess what? The job that you've been doing for 20 years is going to be completely different. You have two options. You go with it and see what happens, or you freak out and you panic, hindering your progress, right? You don't want to do that. Oh, that's very kind of you. Well, thank you for being here, Teresa. All right, that is Puja done. We move on to Miss Linda. She would like a card for the day. If you want a card, Teresa, let me know for your birthday. I'm happy to do that for you. Miss Linda. Hi, Sam. All right, so we can take one for Teresa and one for Sam, and then I think we're going to close them for now, as we've got lots. All right. You're very welcome, my friend. Thank you so much for being here. And I wish you the best of luck navigating. I mean, I've been in a situation similar to what you're talking about, and it's difficult for sure. Okay. Linda. Every time I say that, Linda, it reminds me of that meme that was out with the young boy talking to his grandmother, where he was like, Linda, Linda, honey, honey, listen, listen. I love that. Adorable. Okay. So these are the three cards I got for you, Linda, even though you asked for one. We have Dark Spirit Moon and Void. Okay. We have sacred space and support. And we have happiness. I feel like there's something that you are either working on letting go of, or something that you are thinking about letting go of. In terms of like making the actual step to release, like once and for all. And if you can do that, I feel like that is when the spiritual support is going to kick in. And that is what's going to bring you that happiness. I think you know what I mean, right, Linda? Without giving away everything, I think you know what I mean. You let me know if I'm on the same, or if we're on the same page. Good morning, Peter. Oh, you're gardening. Nice. Okay, Sam, I got you. All right. Thank you, Linda, for asking the question. Thank you for being here, my friend. Appreciate you. All right, Liz. A journal for the week. I thought I already did Liz. That's why I'm like pausing, going, wait, did I already do you, Liz? I'm getting you confused. I am confused. I see you now, Liz. Yep. I think I got you on the list. Hi, Thomas. It's so difficult to navigate this while sitting in my living room chair. I watch people that do it, and I have no idea how they do it. Bims wants a card too. I missed that. Sorry, Bims. I got you, love. And I've got you for the second, the other Liz, Liz Cosmo. All right. So, just Liz. By the way, Thomas will be with me on Thursday morning at 11 a.m. joining us here for the coffee break tarot. So hope you guys can tune in for that. Oh, thank you, Woods. I appreciate the support, my friend. All right. Beautiful. We start out with the honeybee and community. You know, you were brought here for a reason. And when I say brought here, I mean here. And I feel that very strongly. I'm not just making that up. It is the feeling that you get when you're here, where you feel lifted up, where you feel inspired, where you feel safe to share, where you get other information. You know, like, oh, so that's not crazy. Or, oh, I was just thinking that the other day. That's funny. Surrounding yourself in this community with like-minded individuals where you can see for yourself that other people have gone through similar things as you or are feeling similar to you. That provides you with hope and allows you to feel optimistic about the future. It allows you to be open to receiving the information. In a way that you can process it so that you can actually apply it, right? Because it's one thing to get the information, it's another thing entirely to implement it into your daily routines, to make a significant impact, right? Wow, did you all see that? You know what? These cards are awesome. So we have the cat showing up, and this is independence and healthy boundaries. So you've got community, you've got optimism, you've got the independence and the healthy boundaries. And I think those healthy boundaries are for you to protect yourself from any naysayers. I don't know if you have naysayers in your life, people that are telling you or little, putting things in your head that you need to, fit inside of this box and you don't, or you feel like you can't. Those people, this is how you respond to them. You know what? I'm super busy. I only have like 10 minutes. Sorry. In one ear, out the other. They're not you. They don't live your life. You are you. You live your life. You don't have to explain to anybody. You don't have to answer to anyone except for yourself and whoever your higher power may be if you have one. That's it. That's all. And if you can do that, if you can set up those healthy boundaries for yourself, where you feel like you are now standing in control and in power of your decisions and your thoughts and your feelings, right? You got rebirth. Rebirth. I feel like big changes are coming for you in terms of your overall sort of well-being, I'm going to call it, for lack of a better word. And I don't know that you are fully aware that they're happening, but I think that you've made great strides of progress, and I encourage you to keep going. Don't stop, because you're on the road to something really, really beautiful in terms of making a very significant change for yourself. And I applaud your courage. You've come in here and shared so much, and I really, really applaud that, because that's not easy to do all the time. And I thank you for doing that. Many people benefit when others share. So I wish you many blessings. Bernie Girl. All right. Lots of people talking in the chat here. Sorry. Liz, I don't have a donate button yet. I do have a PayPal account that's in the description box of the videos if you care to make a donation. But hopefully the little button will show up soon. Yeah. Teresa says that's one of the reasons I subscribed to you last night. You said you have. Yeah, I do. I can't say it, but I have it. Hi, Twisted Sushi. Hi, Teresa. Hugs, my friend. Okay, Bernie Girl. Would like a reading if possible. So I'm assuming just a general reading. Okay. We're taking forever, Kelly. Good grief. Anyway, it's all good. I need to hurry up. Beautiful card. Beautiful. Yeah. Sorry. It's like, what card? Wow. You're going through something seriously beautiful, my friend. Seriously beautiful. Love it. Okay. Listen, when they fly out, you got to take them. Okay. Wow. I feel emotional over these cards. This is beautiful. Bernie girl, my friend, we start out with healing chaos. So either you've just gone through it or you're going through it still. A lot of people don't sort of associate chaos with healing, because it seems like it's not really the right term, but it totally is very chaotic because you don't necessarily understand what's happening. There's no like tomorrow this is going to be what you expect, right? um you've got the healing light. So you've got healing chaos and the healing light. There's no better confirmation that you are going through an energetic healing sort of experience. And so you may feel down, you may feel tired, you may feel out of whack, achy. I mean, you could have a headache, you might feel nauseous, you could have an extra pep in your step. It could be the complete opposite way. But the energies that we're experiencing right now with the summer solstice and the full moon or the new moon and the full moon that's coming, all of those things are working on you to help you release and sort of realign. We have the birth card. Now look at that gorgeous image. Look at how gorgeous that is. The baby hand wrapped around the big finger. Universal energy brings you opportunity and possibility. Change doesn't always have to be bad, although we resist it more often than not. You must trust in the process. Trust in the process. I want you to imagine yourself as a bumper car. You know, the old little things that we used to play in when we were younger at the fair. Imagine yourself as a bumper car with that like big rubber band all around you. Knowing that it's okay if you hit something, if you run into something, if you bump up against something or brush past something, you're going to what? You're going to be resilient and bounce back. That's what healing chaos is. Your rubber band is getting thicker, so you're able to bounce back better, faster, and you're getting to the point where you're not even going to feel the bang, the contact. And I think that that's amazing. So that's what I got for you. I hope that resonates. I hope it makes sense. Thank you so much for being here and for asking the question. Oh, thank you, Liz. You're very kind, my friend. Appreciate you. All right, Sam. Yep, I did get you, love. I've got a lot of people in front of you, unfortunately. But I will do it if you have to go. I will do it. You'd have to watch the playback. Okay. So we are. You have been feeling all of that? Okay. Oh, thank you, Cheyenne. Appreciate you, my friend. I take a lot of care in choosing my cards, so I really appreciate that. I wish you many blessings, Bernie girl. All right, so Op says, I am anxiously awaiting some scary medical test results and panicking. Can you please pull a card for me if there's time? There is always time to pull a card. My sister is in the same position, and so I am sort of in the same position because I'm waiting for those results. In fact, I just messaged her this morning about that. So I'm sorry that you're in that position, first of all. I'm going to pull a couple of cards here to see if there's like a message for you as to how to navigate this time. See now, friends, what I was talking about before about the code word, this is where a code word could be useful. So if you were here earlier and you remember me saying what the code word was, please pop it in the chat for Op. Because I think that everyone could use it, but Op specifically. Okay. I want one more. Nice, you guys. Good job. Okay, such an interesting message. The reason why it's interesting is because I have 3 animals, but of 4 cards. So, we start out with the owl, and the owl is wisdom. That's your wisdom, your inner wisdom. It's your intellect, your intelligence, right? It's your sort of files, if you will, that's been passed down to you through generations. A great way to sort of feel like you're increasing your inner wisdom or sort of tuning it up, for lack of a better way to put it. Even though this is a grounding exercise, to go out to a tree, put your hand on the bark of the tree. It's very symbolic with the roots, right? Following your ancestors back. So the wisdom. Following that, we have the Lion. Harness the loyal and protective aura of the Lion and charge ahead magnificently. So we're talking about courage, and we're talking about wisdom. That's about the fight, right? You fighting over fear, right? Trying to protect yourself. No, you haven't missed it, Rhonda. We have protection next. That you are protected. Now, whether this be that you are protected by your spiritual team, angels, ancestors, passed over loved ones, or and God, angels, whatever your higher power is, and or your medical professionals, you are protected. So you've got your wisdom and your courage and knowing that you're protected. You're charging ahead, facing this head on, right? The last card that I got is freedom. So I feel like the end result is going to be positive with that freedom card. Right? But you're going to have to really dig down deep to find some strength and some courage to sort of overpower any fear that you may have, right? And I'm very sorry that you find yourself in this spot, and I wish you many blessings and the most benevolent outcome for your situation. I thank you so much for asking the question. Oh, you were on the phone with your... Oh, awesome. Okay. All right. So that's op. And now we move to... thanks for the reading. You're very welcome, Bernie girl. To a Quoster. And we are going to... Sorry. Avert the gaze if Kelly needs a cigarette. Oh, thank you, Op. Many blessings, my friend. All right, so the air conditioner is working because I'm getting cold. I'd rather be cold than hot. I feel like a wilted noodle when it gets too hot here. We have bad humidity here, and honestly, that's literally how you feel. You feel like a wet noodle. It's gross. Okay. My 77th birthday is tomorrow, hoping to live until at least 100. Any messages from ancestors or guides? I want to say that I love the fact that you say that I'm going to live until at least 100. I love it. You absolutely are, my friend. I love the attitude. I love the positivity. Now that's owning it. Standing in your power and owning it. I love it. What an amazing birthday on the summer solstice, where everyone is having celebrations. Wow. Beautiful. That's so cool. Okay, all right. Don't get mad at me. I had like 8 cards flop over. That's too many. I wish I had my past life cards here. I don't have them with me. They're in the back. Good grief. What is happening? I'm dropping all my cards. Okay. Super interesting cards. So we start out with, this is why I kind of laughed, because you asked any messages from your ancestors or your guides, and I literally got family, friends, and guides. So I don't know if they come to you in your dreams or not. And I'll tell you why I said that. Because I've got cloud and imagination. And that always makes me think of, like the dreamlike state, right? Or if you think back and remember when we were younger, we would lay on the grass or whatever, look up at the sky and try to imagine, different shapes in the clouds. And then I've got beauty and the rainbow. And so that literally made me feel like you may be receiving messages in your sleep, in your dreams. Um, yeah, I feel like it's messages in your sleep that you're getting. Like if you've had any synchronistic kind of numbers that you've been seeing a lot lately, or a song comes on the radio and you were just thinking about something, it's something about that, because it's for your birthday. Like I feel like someone's trying to get a hold of you for your birthday. Someone's trying to let you know that they're thinking of you for your birthday. Yep. Information coming in. 8 of Wands. You've got, I also pulled another oracle card, and I've got the Fire Spark, which is transform. Do you get any messages in your sleep? Some astrologers tell me I am a Gemini, others a Cancer. That's interesting. Yeah, I sort of feel like for your birthday that you have friends, families, guides, angels, or all that are trying to sort of communicate with you, and I think that they're trying to communicate with you through your dreams. Or maybe you're gonna get a message. Maybe someone's gonna phone you out of the blue tomorrow. And I feel like if you hear from someone, whatever this message is, that you're going to be quite like, obviously not surprised because it's your birthday, but you're going to feel you're like quite touched by it, quite taken back by it. You know what I mean? I feel I am old enough to have been all signs. You never know. You talk with them as part of my team, okay, or part of your team. Well, there's something coming through for you. There's something in a dream, a song. It's something creative. Have you ever tried automatic writing before? Yeah, there's something someone wants to, let you know that they're thinking about you as you approach your birthday. And I think that they're going to come through in a dream. And so I would encourage you to try to write it down as soon as you wake up, or sort of dissect it, because they're definitely trying to communicate with you, which is lovely. And I think what they're trying to communicate with you or to you is just really to let you know that they're there. You often wake up with epiphanies. Okay, there you go. That's what they're doing then. They're giving you little nudges in your sleep. I love it. All right. So just so that everyone knows, we have Woods up next. Then we have Sam, then Teresa, then Bims, then Liz Cosmel. And yeah, Teresa, you're coming up. You're on here. All right. So, how do you see an upcoming family event going? I have no good expectations because I fear to be more disappointed. I have no control in others. 100%. We don't have control over others, but we definitely have control over ourselves. So let's go ahead and pull some cards for Woods. How is the family event going to go? Now, I'm not trying to pick on anybody. I understand the difference between, putting bad vibes out there and just calling it for what it is. But because we're in a virtual situation here, and I don't know where you're at. Meaning I don't know where you're at in terms of whether like you're a positive thinker or a negative thinker or whatever. That sounds very much like you have already decided that it's not going to work out well for you. And that does you no good thinking that, because you are anticipating an outcome, setting yourself up for that outcome, and not leaving yourself any room to be surprised, not leaving yourself any room to be open to the possibility, not leaving yourself any room to sort of go there and just, who cares about what they're doing? Do you know what I mean? So not a lecture, just be careful to not limit by projecting an outcome. When you have anxiety, such as I do, it is most difficult to not live in an outcome. So that's very, very, very difficult to do, because I would come from a place of fear. I would approach the situation from a place of fear, and I would try very hard to think of all possibilities so that I didn't panic. And because I overthought and overthought and overthought and overthought and overthought and did all of that thinking, I had already been to the family outing, and everybody was horrible to me, and they stood there and pointed at me and made fun of me and laughed in my face, and I cried, and it was horrible. And so I just won't go. Save myself the aggravation. So I'm just saying, when you see yourself doing that, try to reel that in just a little bit, because all you're doing is really amping up your own sort of your own negativity, right? Oh, thank you, my friend. That's very kind. Okay. So you journal and you feel like you're supposed to write your story to help others? Could be. Okay. This is crazy that these cards came out. I'm going to pull one oracle card, though. Okay. So we start out with the Six of Cups. The Six of Cups is nostalgia. It's thinking about the good old days. It's family. It's reminiscing. Sometimes it's about thinking of our younger self. Sometimes it's about someone that we used to know coming back into our life. So all of that speaks to this family event, right? You have the Nine of Pentacles. The Nine of Pentacles it's an energy where you are feeling a certain level of contentment. You have reached a particular stage in life, or a level of life where you should be able to not worry, that you should be able to feel that feeling of contentment. In other words, you understand the blessings that you have are mostly due to all of your previous efforts, if that makes sense. Now, what's interesting about these two cards, because there's nothing wrong with this, right? These are very positive cards. But what's interesting is the card that's on the bottom of the deck. We've got the Three of Wands. So this is goals, this is vision, this is expansion. So if we are thinking that these people from our past think that we're supposed to be in a particular spot and we're not, we have created a really negative vision for ourselves, and therefore we don't want anything to do with them, because they don't accept us. They don't see us the way we should be seen. They don't see us the way we want to be seen. They don't see us. They don't understand us, that whole kind of thing, right? That's why I said wait till you see these cards, because I thought that was really, really interesting. I feel like I don't know if they do or they don't, but I feel like you feel that they don't understand you. They don't appreciate, what you go through, or what you've achieved, or they don't see your achievements, or something like that. The oracle card that I got is wisdom. And so I'm going to say to you that you have to trust your instincts and your wisdom, that you know what is best for you. Don't put yourself in a situation where you feel like you could be anxious or panicked or upset or angered, whatever. As long as you trust this and use this wisely, it serves you well. And if you really think that going to this family event is not going to be a happy occasion for you, if you feel that you won't be able to navigate that, then don't go. I don't see it working out as a bad thing, but if you expect it not to be a good thing, it's not going to be a good experience for you. If that makes sense. That's what I got for you, Woods. So I hope that helps. I hope it resonates. I'm missing so much of the chat because I'm not paying attention. Okay. Teresa says, does the tobacco help with your anxiety? I smoke marijuana to help that way. I've never tried a recreational drug ever in my life because I'm a control freak due to my anxiety. I don't like losing control, and I know that that's crazy, but literally the advice I just gave Woods, there I am not following my own advice, but I'm just being honest. I don't know that it does or not, but I've smoked for a very long time, and I need to stop. But there you go. It makes complete sense. Okay, good. All right. Sam. Am I going to get the admission? Oh, yeah. Am I going to get the admission into the college that I want? Well, Sam, no pressure on me, huh? I'm kidding. Hi, Teresa. How are you, my friend? Thank you for being here. All right. If I've missed anybody, I'm so sorry. I apologize. I'm concentrating, friends. I'm a one person operation over here. No, seriously, I thank everyone for hanging out with me today. We've been here for almost 2 hours. I'm having a great time. I hope you guys are enjoying it. I thank you very much for the support. Please make sure that you hit the thumbs up and the bell notification so you know whenever I go live again or whenever I upload a new video. There's lots of content on my channel, so you'll want to check all of that out. Okay, so the answer to the question, I think, is yes, but I want to pull another card just because. Yeah. I hear you, my friend. I hear you on that. Okay. We've got the Ace of Pentacles, right? Literally planting the seeds. This is the beginning stages, right? So you're planting the seeds for it to grow in the future. Okay. You've got the Two of Cups. This is blending energies. Sometimes it's about choices. More often than not, this is about things coming together. This is about joy. It's about love. It's about harmony and unity. So those two together tell me that everything that you wish for is going to come true. Now, on the bottom of the deck, we have the Four of Pentacles. I could say that, I feel this. It makes perfect sense that when you are in this position that you would be holding on, checking the mailbox every 8 seconds kind of idea, waiting for, word or the letter or the phone call or the email or however it comes to you, that you're literally on the edge. The Four of Pentacles is about holding on a little too tight, right? Sometimes it's about a financial thing, so it could be the money, right? I want to just reassure you, okay, that everything's going to be as it's supposed to. Because underneath that card, you've got the Six of Wands. That's victory. It's success. So everything is going to work out exactly the way that you want it to. But the only thing that I would say to you is we have the leadership card here. So try to allow yourself to not hold on so tight, right? Allow yourself to experience and also celebrate the achievement of getting to this point in the journey. I mean, how exciting, how utterly fantastic that you have gotten yourself to this particular stage with such a bright future ahead of you, right? So many opportunities, so many possibilities literally on your doorstep. Like the sky's the limit, the world is your oyster, all of those wonderful sort of beautiful sayings. But that's the stage that you're at. So don't discount what you've done. Allow yourself to relax and enjoy it a little bit, right? Because this is a great achievement. Just getting to this point is a massive achievement. So don't discount that. And I wish you the very, very best of luck. All right. Thank you so much for being here, Sam, and for asking the question. All right, that's Sam. Now we have Miss Teresa, who said that she found me through Linda G. Teresa, what the heck was your question, love? What was your question? I thought I started your question, but I started that instead. So now I'm scrolling up. May I have a card for my birthday, which is on June 29th? June 29th. June 29th. Well, happy birthday in advance, Teresa. Thank you for being here. Thank you for asking the question. I had 3 cards come out. So, we start out with the Moon card. Okay. Now, this isn't the Moon card in Tarot. This is an Oracle card. Okay. The Moon card. It says, pay attention to your intuition at this time and move ahead confidently. So, there's nothing negative about that. It just means that if your intuition is telling you something, if you're, getting, signals or messages or synchronicities or songs, or you just feel a particular way, don't question it, go with it. And do that with confidence. Okay? The next card we have is the Unicorn, which is beautiful. What a card. The Unicorn card says success, hope, freedom, healing, and magic are all available to you if you believe. Believing in your intuition, believing in your abilities, believing in your gut instinct, believing in you, right? And then the last card is the Lovers. Again, this isn't Tarot. There are 2 paths ahead. So be true to yourself. So if there is a decision that needs to be made, or, do I go with the red top or do I go with the green top kind of idea, no matter what the decision may be, use your intuition, right? trust your intuition to guide you. Lots of things that you can do to help you navigate choices and decisions in terms of, writing a list of pros and cons, getting support from your friends or your family or your significant other, your bestie, asking for help from your spiritual team. Don't procrastinate, I want to say to you. So don't put it off. So if there is something that you have decided or are trying to decide that whether you want to do or whether you don't want to do or should you do it or something like that, you have two options. Either go with your gut instinct, right? Or if you're gonna try to like really see how you feel and check in with yourself, that's a great thing to do. But just make sure that you actually do that. Don't sort of, oh well, I don't need to worry about this right now. Because I think that you're being navigated in a direction, if that makes sense. I'm just going to cut the deck over here and pull one more card. Yeah, see, you can't make that up. You've got the Sun card and faith. You got to have faith. You've got to have faith. As my mama always said, you must believe. You must believe. Spirit's always got you back. So I hope that makes sense, and I wish you a happy birthday in advance. I hope it resonates. All right, Miss Bims is up next. Oh, thank you. Hi, Chris. You're very welcome, Teresa. Yeah, I can add one more to the list, Chris. Okay, pop your question in the chat there, Chris. All right, we have Bims, then we have Teresa, and then Chris, and then we're done. Or not Teresa, sorry. Liz Cosmo. I apologize. Okay. Bim says, tomorrow is Indigenous Peoples Day. Do you have Native cards? Would love a card from Native Cards. Absolutely. I have with me the, this is called the Sacred Medicine Oracle cards. My Native Spirit cards are in the back. But I can pull one of these. Sure thing, Chris. Wow. Interesting. Things tarot readers are not supposed to say out loud. You know, when we make noises and go, wow, oh, that's interesting. We're not supposed to say stuff like that. Okay. I love these cards. So beautiful. Okay. So we have the Star Nations and Ancestors. Following that, we have Two Spirit and Diversity. I love the colors in these cards. They're beautiful. And following that, we have Rainbow Activation and Authenticity. So I'm not sure if you are like a healer. And when I say a healer, I feel more like almost like counselor healer, right? I know this sounds a bit much, but I get from these cards that Like you're like a that was weird. I'm back. Don't know what happened there, but anyways. So as I was saying, I feel very much like almost like a bridge, as if you sort of like support a person and sort of help them as they navigate the journey from like really bad place to really great place. You sort of embrace and help transform, if that makes sense. I feel like this is something that either something that has been passed down through the bloodline. So um, either ancestors or like four grandmas back, that you know that you were meant to continue this work. I'm not sure if that makes sense or not, but that's what I feel. I mean, I'm so struck on these two cards and how the hands are being held, right? Um, Sort of allowing that energy to be felt throughout the body. I Next time that Nancy Jean does past life readings, you should definitely ask if she picks anything up. If I had my past life cards, I'd pull some for you. But I feel like I feel like the any kind of message is just to really tap into that wisdom, and follow sort of that path of your ancestors, and that would be to be some sort of a healer, maybe an energetic healer, um, right? That's just awesome. I can share common with others. Yeah. All right, my friends. I thank you very much, Bims, for being here, for asking the question. Thank you, everyone, for your patience while we navigated that little blip. All right, let's get to Liz says, good morning. A feeling change coming. What do the cards and my guides say is coming? You're very welcome, Bims. All right. What are you doing, bud? Try not to wake the dog. Whoops. Okay, buddy? Talking to my cat, Austin. Okay. So, is there a milestone coming up for you, Liz? Some sort of like personal milestone or birthday, anniversary, something like that? A wedding, baby shower? The reason why I ask is because I got the card milestone. And it doesn't really go with the other cards, but I don't argue with Spirit. That's what Spirit gives me. So the first card that I got is the Water Fairy, right? And that is feelings and emotions. So you said you feel change coming. Not sure if your emotions are a little bit out of whack, meaning you're feeling a little sensitive, perhaps like you're wearing your heart on your sleeve, kind of feeling. Sometimes empaths, when there is an energetic shift about to happen or that has just happened, sometimes we can feel really, really, really super oversensitive. It is hard to feel others' vibrations and others' pain, or joy. It's hard to take that on, and not know how to turn it off or protect ourselves. The next card that I've got is the Bee. And the Bee says, sweet victory, luck, and industriousness. So that means to me, those three cards, that two things. Either you have not stopped to appreciate or celebrate in some form something that you have done, or you're not aware, because you say a change is coming, you're not aware that this change has possibly already sort of taken place. And so I would recommend, and I don't know if that makes sense to you or not, but I would recommend strongly that you really check in with yourself. So that means to get quiet, to sort of shut off all the outside noise and just be. Don't really think anything, don't really talk about anything, or talk about everything. You're just really being quiet and being still and allowing random thoughts to pop into your mind. And when those random thoughts pop into your mind, acknowledge the thought and think about it for a minute. And when you come out of that, hopefully you'll have a better focus and some more clarity as to how you feel. Because I get the impression from these cards that you're not feeling good about this change, and almost like you're fretting it. And these cards are suggesting that this is a very good change. This is a very positive change. And so you'll want to embrace it. Right? I hope that makes sense. I want to pull one more card. Whoop. Okay, all right. Hi, Austin. The cats are not happy with me, friends, because I have all of the windows closed because, well, I have one window open and cracked because it's so hot out. And they can't get their head in the window. So they're not happy with me at all. Yeah. You've got action. Sorry, can you see that? Okay, the glare is terrible. Action. In other words, don't fear the change. Be proactive towards the change. Work with the change. Right? Be accepting of the change. Or be willing to work with the change, I guess is the best way I know how to say that. I thank you kindly for being here and for waiting for such a long time to get your question answered. I hope it does resonate. I hope it makes sense. And I wish you many blessings. All right. We have Chris, our last and final question of the day. Whoops. Sorry. I totally messed that up. Your question is... right there. May I get a message from my guides? Okay. Oh, thank you, Chris. I'm glad that you enjoyed it. Excuse me. I love working with Allie and Nancy Jean and Linda, of course. Oh, thank you, Woods. That's very kind of you to say, and I appreciate the support and the encouragement, my friend. Truly, I do. So for all of you that are new, or for anyone that is new, not trying to jam my channel down your throat, just letting you know what I do. So every Tuesday and Thursday at 11 a.m., I'm here doing this. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, I put out a daily reading. It's pre-recorded. It's up on the channel. You can watch it anytime you want. On Fridays, I put up the weekend reading. Again, you can watch it whenever you want. Every Monday night at 7 p.m. Eastern, I have a show. Gosh knows what I'm reading on or what I'm doing. And usually the last Wednesday of the month is a program that I call Achieving Wellness, where we pick a variety of topics. Sometimes it's readings. It just really depends on, what I feel inspired to talk about. where we dive into all sorts of things, whether it be how to release, how to let go, comparing ourselves to others. This Wednesday, or next Wednesday, the 28th, we have Hershey joining us, and we'll be talking about shadow work and then doing some shadow readings. We talk about, inner child work, and then other times we talk about, you know, I don't know what's going on, friends. Unless this is spirit saying, get off. I don't know. Hi, Lady Soul. How are you? It's good to see you. Okay. Before the internet shuts me down yet again, we will get your cards to you, Chris. And I want to say, Lady Soul, we should do, get together and do some readings soon. Okay. I lit a cigarette. I was stressed. Okay. I have lovely cards for you, Chris. Hopefully you're still here. So, first card that came out is the Sacred Temple. Okay. Now, the Sacred Temple, it can either be an actual physical location, or it can be the sacred temple, meaning like your spiritual spot. You know what I mean? Within you, your connection. We have travel. Now, this can either be literally traveling, or it can be the journey, right? So if you are on a spiritual journey where you are developing your spirituality, maybe you're looking into different religions or different methods of focus. Maybe you're learning yoga, for example. I feel like these two cards are sort of suggesting that this journey that you're on is where you are supposed to be. Like, it's like you're journeying to your truth, right? You're taking your soul on a spiritual trip that is your destiny. Seriously. And the third card I pulled, outstanding. We have happy success, which implies to me, as I just said with your destiny, that this is you are exactly where you are meant to be. Whatever it is that you're doing is exactly what you're supposed to be doing. And so only thing I want to say to you, be as open to it in terms of appreciating and exploring and taking it all in as you possibly can. This is definitely about, like, the significance is not just about the destination, it's about the journey with these cards. Oh, interesting. Okay, so you started to meditate. Yeah. And took Linda G's advice about breathing 3 times and quiet the mind. Interesting. Yeah. Yep. You're definitely sort of tapping into a more spiritual path, I want to call it. Now, that breathing thing, I want you guys, it's important so that we know this and we understand this. There are lots of different techniques that work for lots of different reasons, and it may work for me, but it doesn't work for you, right? Like, I can't meditate at all. I can't. I cannot. I can't slow this thing down, but I can visualize. I can visualize really well. I can transport myself anytime, anywhere, any place I want, gone to another place. But not everybody can do that. And so you have to, really put in the effort and put in the work to find the tools that work for you, right? And the good news is that there's lots of things that we can do, or lots of things that we can get the concept and sort of tweak it to make it, work for us. Something that helped me, which a lot of people are actually kind of freaked out by, is mirror work. Mirror work helped me immensely helped me. And the visualization, as I said before, helped me. I have a tapping exercise that was given to me by my therapist. So tapping is another thing that I do. I mean, if you look up tapping on YouTube, there's, hundreds, if not thousands, of videos and in different tapping techniques. Doesn't mean that, one is better than the other. It just means that it's individual. And so, I guess what I'm trying to say is, don't shy away from trying something because you feel like it didn't work. You get the concept, and then you can it's like making a recipe, right? If the recipe calls for onions and you don't like onions, are you going to put the onions in, or are you going to try to find something else that would be like an onion, but that you'll enjoy, right? Yep. Yeah, manifesting is difficult for a lot of people. It's difficult for me. Even though I can visualize, manifesting is seems like a whole other level. And I don't really know why. I feel like it's because I'm more of a doer than a seer, if that makes sense. Like, I'd rather do it rather than just talking about doing it or imagining myself doing it. And when I say that out loud, I'm like, that sounds a little cray-cray, not going to lie. It sounds like I'm making excuses for myself, and perhaps I am. I don't know. But it doesn't, manifesting isn't something that seems natural to me. I'm not saying I don't try it. It just doesn't seem natural. And so that's a great example of, there's lots of different things that we can all do. It doesn't mean that I tried it, it doesn't work for me, then don't do it again. It doesn't mean that. It means that you just need to tweak it up a little bit and make it work for you, right? So, anyways, with all of that being said, my goodness, 2 hours and 29 minutes. We are troopers. Thank you so much, everybody, for hanging out with me today. I apologize about all the internet ups and downs and kicking us out and all that good stuff. But we got there in the end. Yay. So I will be back tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Eastern in the backyard for the summer solstice celebration. And I hope you guys can tune in for that. Then on Thursday morning at 11 a.m., I'll be back with Thomas from Tarot Your Way. He'll be my guest. And that's enough for now. Make sure to check out the daily reading if you're interested. And the weekend reading goes up on Friday. Thanks, everybody, for being here. Thank you for hanging out. Hi, Faye. When you meditate, you fall asleep, so you need to find something else. Yeah. Listen, last Friday, I was supposed to have a stream with Richie from Longman Tarot. And, I had the eye thing going on. And so I had antibiotic eye drops that I had to put in my eye so that I wasn't sitting here trying to read like that. And I put eye drops in my eye, and of course I got to close it and let it do its thing, and I fell asleep. I missed the live completely. Oh my gosh, you guys, I felt absolutely terrible. I felt so bad that he was waiting, and you all were waiting or whatever, and it just, oh my god. Anyway, it is what it is. I'm gonna let it go. I apologized, and Richie was very kind and was just like, as long as you're okay. And I'm like, thank you so much. And it's all good. Thank you, Linda. Hi, Jan's Free. Oh, I'm sorry that you missed it too, my friend, but I will be back tomorrow night at 8 p.m. If you want to hang out then for a summer solstice celebration, or next on Thursday. Thomas from Tarot Your Way will be here. Thomas from Tarot Your Way will be here. So thank you, everybody, for hanging out with me today. I do appreciate all of you. I wish you many blessings. I hope you have a fantastic afternoon. And until we see each other again, I wish you many blessings. Bye for now.